Hey Tom, you're on mute if you're here.
That, and there we go.
All right.
There we go. I
All
keep singing.
right.
I keep singing. Why does the world keep on spinning? It's like the song in my head so bad. It's like from Halo or what's that thing? Fallout 4. Anyway, yeah. So it's also Man in the High Castle. Okay.
All right. So I'm trying to quick find the here. It's probably in the red here. Trying to find the email so when we need to pull them up, we can.
Excellent.
Let's do just quick introductions. It's me, Joe Roselle, Arizona Medicare agent, and Tom Outhouse, creator of Matrix. We're here for a short just information overload today. We're going to keep this brief, but we're going to try and hit as hard as we can. I've got the email pulled up, so if you need pictures, I will screen share and pull them up for you.
Excellent.
And let's let you go ahead and take it off.
All right, let's look at what's going on right now. So we have insiders contacting from agencies. There is good people in the agencies, and they are looking for who is going to be successful. So right now we're considered the successful train, just like Game of Thrones, the bank picks the winning players. So what's going on right now is we know exactly how the whole agencies of this country can collapse, and freedom can, reign, as Roseanne Barr said last night. Deep state can fall in colorful language, which was great. So what we have is there's a movement right now under the Holman Act or Holman Rule to call into account and rein in the leashes of the agencies, CIA, FBI, even the Pentagon. And that Holman Rule is supposed to allow Congress to have power over agencies. Now, what's been happening lately since this whole Nazi thing has gone on is that the agencies have been thumbing their nose at the Congress and saying they're not going to get held accountability. They're not going to do anything they want. Basically, they're mocking them. And over this whole UFO disclosure thing, they now have that these congressmen, one congressman from Tennessee, I sent you that clip, and other congressmen are saying, okay, congresswomen, we're going to call in the FBI, CIA. We're going to start cutting their funding. We're going to start calling them on the carpet. What's interesting is none of the congressmen or none of the people seem to realize there is a lynchpin that needs to be addressed. That linchpin is Representative Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania. I have pictures from Brian Fitzpatrick's desk where he has, for your eyes only, packets from Wilshire Boulevard, Hollywood, same boulevard Disney's on in California. He's still a lifelong FBI operative. Still a lifelong FBI operative. He's also, what I sent you is that Ukraine issue, where he was sent to Ukraine to stabilize Ukraine by getting rid of Victor Shokin, which is now being pinned on Biden, which, yes, he was involved, but it was the FBI that sent Brian Fitzpatrick to do the job. So here we have Brian Fitzpatrick, an FBI operative, as a congressman, and what's he appointed to? You have this document also. He's appointed to the House Intelligence Committee in March 12th, 2021. Now, this is the problem. That's conflict of interest, first of all. You can't be an FBI agent, lifelong, operating, doing disruptive behaviors with an unchecked rogue organization, doing harm to U.S. citizens, who's also now on the House Intelligence Committee. And what does it say about that? The committee handles a range of issues, including cybersecurity, reading right off the bill, election hacking, and growing threats from both state and non-state actors. So we have the man in charge of oversight in second chair in the House Intelligence Committee, which will stop any revelation of the agencies doing wrong and punitive measures. There you go. Brian Fitzpatrick needs to be removed. Congress people need to be aware. Let them know. Remove this clown from his position. It's like the Wicked Witch of the West, protecting the agencies. That's why they're thumbing the nose at Congress. If Brian Fitzpatrick is called, he claims himself to be an independent because he's working for the FBI and the other agencies. It says here that they're responsible, get this, the Intelligence Committee, HPSCI, is charged with the oversight of the United States intelligence community, which includes the intelligence and intelligence-related activities of 17 agencies of the U.S. government and military intelligence programs. So right now they are reverse engineering all the alien tech that's now out. We all know it's there. light speed, all this stuff is going on, and they're not sharing it with Congress, who's supposed to be over them. They're sharing it with private corporations like Boeing. Gotten away with murder, and they are going to overrun our country. The myth that the military is going to free us is a myth, because really the military is under the control of the agencies who's going to enslave us. It's a myth. It's a joke. It's in the original screenplay. That's coming out now too. So Congress is our hope right now with God, that we can get Fitzpatrick out of office, out of his positions, should be charged with criminal activity, and then oversight can be done. What does the Holman report or rule do? Well, I'll let you take that away, Joe, with what it does. You can read it off that.
Okay. Let me quick pull it up.
Keep in mind what we're doing this, that Congress does not know this. They have a plant, a joker in the House. They have somebody who's also destabilized Ukraine. It was also the one that put me away on 302s and bought my sister off and pays her lavishly taxpayer money. So this guy's got to go, and then we will have this oversight, and we'll be free. It's a joke in the hole. Go ahead.
Which label is it that I need to pull up here?
Okay, we're looking for. Let me see if I can pull it up for you too. I'll tell you what it looks like or what it's labeled as.
Or I can let you screen share if you've got it on your end.
Let me see if I can find it here right now. Catch file. Yes, I do. Okay, let's screen share and I'll put it up for you. Okay, ready?
Okay, let's see. There, you should be able to screen share now, I think.
Let me drag up. Let me share screen. Well done. Okay, first of all, let's look quickly at the appointee page here.
Okay.
March 2021, you see it? Fitzpatrick appointed to House Intelligence Committee, right? There it is. See it?
Yep.
Okay, there it is. Now let's go to this Holman rule. Holman rule. So, reduce salaries of specific federal employees, fire specific federal employees, no matter how high they are in the agencies, 17 of them, cut specific programs, and defund them. There's the answer. Remember I said I want to be the guy that brings down the FBI. All right. Now this guy right here, very interesting. Let's just play this a second. Let's see what he has to say. Ready? Let's see if we can hear this.
That's why we want to get in the skip and get some of those names. These folks can stay healthy long enough. But again, I have a piece of legislation, very simple. It just said that when a commercial airline pilot reports a sighting or something unusual, anomaly in the air, that when he reports that to FAA, they report it to Congress. And I was told by leadership that it was blocked by the intelligence community, not the intelligence committee, but the intelligence community. And that is a very chilling effect. If you reach, one could reach through the veil of government and pierce it to the point of we do not have access to something. You've got to start asking yourself, who the hell's in control?
But you guys also should too be asking these questions of the intelligence community. We can only do so much as members. That's where you guys really pick up the slack, right? So keep the pressure on.
Keep the pressure on. That's exactly what we've been doing, right? And also, did you notice when he said about, if they survive, basically? Look at the very beginning again, what he's talking about. It has been coming out that the agencies have been doing 302s. These Fitzpatricks and others have been murdering citizens. Listen again what he says.
That's why we want to get in the skip and get some of those names. If these folks can stay healthy long enough.
If these folks can stay healthy long enough.
Yeah.
All right. So that's right there. That's the nutshell right there. And if you have any questions about what's actually going on, take a look at this. What you'll see is here is the chief of police in Warrington Township that did the 302s through Brian Fitzpatrick on me, having my sister involved. Look behind his head. Yellow Brick Road, FBI.
Oh, wow.
At the Quantico base. One more. Watch this. Again, the chief of police who's working for FBI. What's behind his head? FBI Academy, Quantico, Virginia, where they train these guys to do these goon squads. Look what this extra policy is being done by Brian Fitzpatrick. The Justice and Policing Act. What's going on here? Well, he says here, legislation that called for needed reform, but legislation that we were also aware had several flaws, mainly regarding qualified immunity. What he's saying is he wants absolute immunity for every police officer, that police officers never do any harm, never crime, so therefore they'll have a blanket immunity. No one can sue a police officer. No one can they can rape your daughter and they get away with it under Brian Fitzpatrick. Here's me under a 302 that Brian Fitzpatrick enacted before I started doing my interviews using my sister. And that's what they did. They put me away. They said she bragged Secret Service would come in. They came in saying, I never get out of there, appointing who they wanted. They're using child services, psych services, everything else. And that's the FBI. We have right now the chance to bring everything back. Everything back. FBI, what do? They control content in films, a big partnership in that, so they protected all the criminals to do that. Now, Brian Fitzpatrick's going to whine and fuss, as you see here. He's going to say that he's being picked on. And he actually says, send him money to help him protect himself from being called out. The FBI also was responsible for the Cuba Indian cricket things that were going on. Remember that it was Canada and U.S. embassies, because the FBI did it on their own for deniable accountability. Or, it was the FBI also at the Twin Towers that made sure they escorted any witnesses away that were talking about what was going on. FBI.
Wow.
The FBI also, as we said, was involved in Ukraine, specifically Fitzpatrick, along with Trudeau's man, Baxter, who got rid of Shokin to destabilize it in 2014 so biolabs could go in right in the backyard of Putin to try to bring World War III. Here is the face of the man who lies. Brian Fitzpatrick, look at this face. How can you not love him? How sincerity, it reeks of sincerity. This man that is so sweet and wonderful, also gay. And here's the man testifying just before he's pulled away by the FBI, saying how the bombs went off in the tower floors. There's my sister getting her reward from Brian Fitzpatrick, wearing the red dress after she turned.
Wow.
Here is a message from inside Q, where this Krista was saying the FBI came for a Saturday on planning to remove me, and they were watching me carefully. And here is it again. Brand new facilities, rewards for the Warrington Township, where they're given a brand new facility, most expensive in Warrington Township, for doing the 302s on me. Here is Quantico training, where only these fat white guys are selected, yet be selected by the FBI to be chief of police, brought down for a little stroll. Look how their legs are barely moving. And you get the yellow brick, We're in office. Isn't this incredible? Yeah. More people saying, here is Terry Joyce, who's doing just like this Emma and Nathan right now, picking up the slack for them, and Sophia Stewart, saying the FBI contacted her on the eve of my son's birthday, and she turned and does exactly what the Emma person's doing for Imagination Podcast right now. So there you go. It's all to try to stop us. We won't be stopped. We won't be stopped. And we've got everything we need. So back to you, Joe.
All right. Well, I wanted to keep this brief and get the information out there. So there it is. That's incredible. We piled it on. We did what we wanted to do. Let's send our prayers to our quite often guest, Lizzie, the Punisher, Madam Punisher. She is under a lot of duress right now, and if anybody's watching this, please send your prayers up for her. I guess let's give that a wrap up then. I think we did what we came to do today. We'll be back on when we can to do another long one, but let's leave it at that for now.
Contact your congressman. Let them know Brian Fitzpatrick should not be allowed to have be a lifelong FBI operative and also a member of Congress in the oversight committee of the agencies. Once he's moved, we can get our country back in this world safe again. Thanks, Joe.
All right, let's band together.
Got it.
All right.
Take care.
See you soon.